Hi everybody, this is Casey Thomas from Totally Designs, and tonight I want to talk about entrepreneurship, challenges, the frustration, the joy of it. Many of us are growing our business, going along, and we're struggling in our businesses, and then some of us have succeeded. But before the success, there's always failure. Before the success, there's always frustration. And a lot of times people see the glory of your business afterwards, but they don't see the struggle that you go through. They don't see the lack of finances. They don't see the lack of support. They don't see all the nights that you sat up wondering how you were going to get this thing up and running and all the time that you placed into it, but they come in on the after effect of it. But one of the things that I want to talk about on tonight is that sometimes right before we blossom, right before we just bloom and go big, we go through this massive struggle. We go through this massive failure before we get to taking off in our business. One of the things I know for me as an entrepreneur that has been one of the greatest challenges for me is, not only finances, but marketing, support, the right venue. And those have been some of the challenges that I have had to overcome. One, especially finances. To fund a vision, sometimes you don't have enough money to fund your vision. And so you have to find other means and other ways to get around the lack of finances. Other times we lack the support. We don't have the family support. We don't have the friend support. We don't even have the community support. A lot of people don't believe in the product. I know for me, I just really started getting off the ground probably about in the last 2 years, where everyone is like, oh wow, your jewelry is phenomenal. Oh wow, this is great. I love where your company is going. But it wasn't like that 2 years ago. It wasn't like that 3 years ago. It wasn't like that 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Lots of people didn't believe in my vision, but you have to believe in your own vision. You have to believe in your own worth. You have to know that your company is worth it. You're worth it. You have to know that in spite of it all, it's going to work out for your good. It's going to work out. And although you seem like you don't have the finances now, the finances, they'll come. Just keep pushing, keep climbing the wall, keep, digging, keep going. Don't get discouraged. Challenges, they come. You have to persevere. What is the end game? What is the outcome that you're looking for? Sometimes you're not even going to know the right venue to really sell your particular items at. You're going to have a lot of competition. But even in the midst of competition, you have to have this wherewithal and believe that you have a product that's worthy of being seen just like everybody else's. In spite of it all, in spite of the challenges, keep going. I encourage you to keep going. I never thought I was going to be on YouTube talking about my business, talking about me, because I am a very private person and I don't necessarily share my personal struggles. But I thought it was imperative for me to come on here and talk about the struggles of business, because we hear all these success stories, but we don't hear about the failures. We don't hear about the frustrations, And then there's a lot of people that do come on there and they do share their stories. And I've heard other people come on here and they have phenomenal stories. Everybody's not going to be an overnight success. Remember, what we perceive as an overnight success is really not an overnight success. It actually has been happening over a period of time. And then what appears that the person has overnight succeeded, it's not so. It's actually a progression. It's actually a process that the person has gone through. And I just want to get on here and I want to encourage everybody, keep going through your process. It may take you a little bit longer than the average person. Maybe your business is not average. Maybe it's extraordinary. And maybe that's why it's taken a long time for you to, be bigger, than what you are at this current point. Like I said, challenges come. They come. We have two things that we can decide to do. We can decide to quit, or we can decide to keep going. I encourage all of you to keep going. And again, this is Kaysa Thomas from Totally Designs. I am signing off. And again, if you like what you hear and you want to hear more of what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a good night. God bless you and love you always.